What is up, J Squad? And today we talk about the most annoying word in the current NBA world, which is the word overrated. And that is because people don't know the definition behind it. Overrated is when, in NBA wise, overrated, the definition of overrated is someone scores 50 points in a game. We say he's the next superstar, and he ends up scoring 7 points for the next 10 games. And we've done that with Bol, T.J. Warren, Jeremy Lin, and many others. We've hyped up too many players for us to not know what this means now. Well, yeah. So now I go into this video, and the main topic is the word overrated. And I have one guy who gets that label way too often, and that is Zion Williamson. And now I get it when people are overrating him. We're saying he was overrated before. I get that. Before the NBA, it was kind of getting out of hand. The next LeBron and everything like that. But now people are still saying it while he's averaging 25 and 7 in the NBA. I don't get it. And he's a top 4 finisher in the league right now. There's no reason to call him overrated. I get it before because, you know, people were thinking this guy's injury prone. We haven't seen him in the NBA yet for even a single minute. And people were calling him the next LeBron, like stuff like that, you know? But now there's no reason to. Now there's no reason to. And that was just a short example of the first guy, but now I have someone who's been overrated, who has been called overrated for the past probably 6-7 years, and that is Russell damn Westbrook. Now, it's like the fact that people blame him for so many things it really gets me mad. And the reason I have this whiteboard on the screen is to talk about, compare, and do everything on the whiteboard. So pay attention, class, because today we learn about why Russell Westbrook is not an overrated player, but is an underrated one. First off, the main reason why I say this is because people say that he didn't deserve the 2017 MVP award, and I want to put something on the screen that will change your mind. Hopefully it changes your mind for those Russ haters out there who see this video. And this is the top 4 candidates in the league in MVP voting that year, and their second best teammate. So Russell Westbrook had Steven Adams as his second star, while LeBron had a real star as his second best player in Kyrie. Kawhi had a star, LaMarcus, and James Harden had a all-around great supporting cast. And Russell Westbrook dragged this team into the playoffs with Steven Adams as the second best player. Now, for one last thing, I'm gonna put the combined points for each of these players, like each duo, on the screen, up on the screen. Oh, wait, what is that? Well, Russell Westbrook carried a duo of Steven Adams and Russell Westbrook to average more points than Kawhi and LaMarcus in that season, and took them to the playoffs, and led the team in rebounds, and led the team in assists. And he just didn't deserve MVP, you know? So that's what I'm guessing, yeah. On to the next guy who definitely doesn't deserve anything that's been coming to him, overrated wise. And that is, drumroll please, Wilt Chamberlain. And it makes me sick. It really does make me sick when I see people say Wilt Chamberlain played against plumbers. First off, nowadays we always hear people saying, oh, he's in the NBA. He's definitely a good person. He's definitely good at basketball. You know, he's in the NBA. back then, you only had 8 teams. You only had a chance to make it onto 8 teams. And people still say that they're plumbers, even though they are some of the best basketball players in the world. Now, one last fact before we end off this video. In the 1950s, when Wilt got drafted, the average height there was, let me check, just 6'8". Okay, yes, still short white boys, still short white plumbers. In the 1960s, the average height was, 6'7". And that doesn't really say anything, Yeah, totally. Because in the 1970s, the average height in the NBA was 6'8" 6'8" inches and a half. And people say people were half the height of the players today. Let's move on to the second part of why he's not overrated, because he's freaking Wilt Chamberlain. Like, actually, what on earth, bro? I don't think you guys really understand how much skill this takes to be at an old age while playing in the NBA with physical basketball and to be able to do crap like this. I want you guys to note that this stat line may say that it's unofficial because blocks were not officially recorded back then, but that game was recorded by a 55-year veteran of stat keeping. He said that he always used to keep track of blocks and steals every game, even though it wouldn't even count. So I think that's pretty believable that he wouldn't just lie about this. There was no reason for him to lie about something like this. Honestly, there was no reason. And how can you call this overrated, bro? He was in his late 30s doing this against the Knicks, who won a championship in the 70s. And he's still of old age. He's literally almost entering his 40s and doing this. I don't know. You can't say this is overrated, bro. You can't. No matter what, you can't. And now, for the last reason on why Wilt Chamberlain is not overrated, I'm gonna go through a speed round. And you're probably wondering, what is that? I will be naming as many Wilt Chamberlain records as I can within about 20 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna start it in 3, 2, 1, go. Wilt Chamberlain holds 72 official records, 68 by himself. Both of those are records by itself. 50 points per game in the season, the most by any player in the season. 22 rebounds per game in the season, the most by any player in the season. Obviously, most points in one game with 100. Most points in a season by a long shot. Most points scored in a half. 63 40-point games in one season. 60-point games in a career. 32. The second most is Kobe Bryant with 6. And one last thing about his scoring. The most 55-point games in a season. The most 50, the most 45, the most 30, the most 25 in a season. Wilt Chamberlain is still the only player ever to score 60 points in back-to-back games. And last but definitely not least, the most points per game by a rookie with 37.6. That is the video, folks. I hope you guys who really just yell out overrated for fun, I hope you guys kind of watch this video and understand what I mean by what the definition of overrated is. Okay? And that was the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace. And something at the end to end off the video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down hashtag overrated in the comments if you saw the whole video. The link for my podcast will be in the description. I run a podcast with me and my friend Milan, and yeah, that'll be in the description. Yeah, just click on that link and go over there and subscribe. Subscribe to It's Your Boy Jay as well. Peace.